Why aren't you picking up Mom's call? Pop is asking to see you again.
Josh, I have told you I have a 2-week event coming up I need to prepare for. It is not complete without me. How many times would I have to tell you?
There will be other big names attending, and I bet they'll not even notice you're absent.
No IG event is complete without me.
It's a shame. You have always been Pop's favorite grandkid. Now that he's been very ill for over a month, you won't even make time for him.
I sent some flowers and cards to him last week. Didn't you get the package?
Anna, he wants to see you in person.
I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. For crying out loud, I live 11 freaking hours away.
Don't give me that crap. I know you would still not come visit even if you stayed in the same town as us. Just the way you came to a party taking place 30 minutes away from home, and you didn't even care to come say hi to the rest of us. I had to find out on social media that my sister was in town.
You don't love Pop more than I do. You all would do the same if put in my shoes.
God forbid I end up as cold-hearted as you. Family always comes first for me.
Family comes first, yet you treat me with so much contempt.
I am only telling you the truth.
The worst thing that has ever happened to me is having you as my brother. You're only 2 years older than me, yet you feel the need to play the role of a father to me.
I am not trying to be dad.
Oh yes, you are.
If only Father could see the kind of person you've become.
That's it. You're forbidden from visiting me again.
I'm Beverly Woods, and today we have none other than Annabelle Sandal, our infamous Instagram celebrity. As we all know, behind the success and fame is a woman who, like everyone else, has fears and insecurities. Annabelle, on the other hand, has overcome her fears, and she's going to share her story with us today. Who wants to hear Annabelle talk about herself? Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Annabelle?
My name is Annabelle Sandal. Almost everyone knows me as Annabelle 17. I'm not the most attractive person, but I have 6 million Instagram followers that I got by posting motivational quotes several times a day.
Have you always been famous?
I consider it a great achievement because I was never one of the most popular kids in school. In fact, due to my pale skin and awkward social skills, I was a constant target for bullies. Until my final year of high school, getting perfect grades in class was the only thing that made me happy. I aspired to be a doctor. I began posting motivational quotes on my social media page and one of them went viral. I realized people do like being motivated, so I continued to post more of such content and got more and more followers. 5 years later, my followers have grown to 6 million. Not even the most popular girl in school has such a following. What better way can one take revenge than with massive success?
What about your loved ones? What impact has your success had on them?
Sadly, my family hasn't been supportive at all. They made me choose between my followers and them, and I hated it. However, family love doesn't put money in my pocket. I finally blocked my brother. He's long overdue for it. For me, true family are those who want you to be happy, not necessarily those with the same father and mother as you.
Wow! That is truly inspiring. We'll take a short break, and then you'll tell us about your grandfather.
Adrian, where are you?
I'm back at my place.
You're crazy. You left without telling me?
You were busy editing your photos. I know how long that takes you. After making me take so many photos of you today, I felt tired and had to go back home.
You're crazy for leaving me out here alone with all these weirdos. And why are you acting like I'm making you take me photos for free? You get a shout out on my IG account in exchange. Brands pay thousands to get in front of my audience, Adrian. I'm giving that to you for free, yet you're giving me that attitude.
And I got really dizzy and had to leave.
Can you come and fetch me? I would have asked Joe, but I don't want them to know I'm leaving.
Just call an Uber. Why do you like putting me through so much stress?
You know, I have a thing against having strangers drive me. Not with the last incident I had with that stalker.
Okay, I'll come and get you. But I need to get something to eat first.
What do you mean? I can't wait.
I would have if it was only driving down to pick you up and coming right back. But I know you'll definitely make me stop by the roadside to take another endless number of photos.
Don't worry, I'll walk. I haven't had time to work out in a long time anyway.
By the way, I forgot to ask you something. Is it true Pop's funeral was yesterday?
Adrian, how could you say such a thing about my grandpa? Just because I told you he's too old for his own good doesn't mean you can make such jokes about him.
I'm not joking, Anna. I was on the phone with Thelma this morning, and she told me she was there live.
What? Yesterday was Pop-Pop's funeral, and nobody told me? Why does my family hate me so much? Why does my family hate me so much?
You told me you blocked Josh everywhere. Maybe that's why he couldn't reach you.
They have no excuse.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
You mention Pop a lot in your book Tell Freedom. Can you tell us about your mother's decision to hold his funeral without you?
I could not understand why my family did such a thing to me. I wasn't able to visit Pop at the hospital because I was co-hosting a major event. It's an anti-bullying event that was meant to educate teens into valuing themselves more and seeing beyond what others or situations may have made them believe. Everyone loved it except my family. They never saw anything good in whatever I did. What more? I hated talking to my mom on the phone. She seized every opportunity to get preachy with me about my decision not to go to college. However, I decided to confront her for not telling me about Pop-Pop's passing and funeral as soon as I got home.
After a brief commercial break, we'll resume.
Fade away, as you fade away.
Adrian, I think someone is following me. Adrian, are you there?
Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure. But he has been walking behind me from the moment I left the party.
Maybe he just happens to be headed in the same direction as you.
I don't think so. When I hastened up, his pace changed too. It was the same when I was walking slowly too. I'm scared.
Take a turn and see if he does the same. Make sure it's a busy street before turning.
All right. Adrian, he's still following me.
This is serious. Enter any busy shop around you with security guards. Act like you know the people there and call the cops. When you get in, text me the name of the shop and I'll come and get you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away. Cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain.
Tell us about how your childhood friend heroically saved you from a stalker, Annabelle.
I did what Adrian told me to do. The closest building with people I found was a hotel off the road to my place. I ran inside and told everything to one of the receptionists, who coincidentally happened to be a diehard fan of mine. Hence, he took it upon himself to make sure I was fine, and even tried to approach the stalker who was hanging around across the street. However, as soon as the police siren went off from afar, he disappeared. It was a huge relief, not just for me, but for the safety of the knucklehead receptionist who was going to confront the stalker without any arm just to please his Instagram idol. My reputation would have been dragged through the mud if anything happened to him. I booked a room at the hotel for fear of disclosing my location to the stalker. Who knows, he might still be lurking around somewhere.
You must have had a traumatic experience. We'll resume after a brief commercial break.
Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. And you never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me, well then maybe have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we can be okay. Okay, maybe you can be the change I need today. I promise that I can't feel this way. I really hope that you choose to stay through all the pain.
Honey. Josh had my phone. He's being mischievous again. You should have known I wasn't the one. I can barely see the keyboard clearly enough to type anything. I really long for the day you two will get along again like actual siblings.
Sorry, Mom, but those days are behind us. Why wasn't I informed when Pop passed away?
Josh sent you an email from my account twice.
That's not true. Even though so many of my emails get buried, I still try to read them. Why didn't you call?
I did, honey. Several times. You did not pick or return any of them.
When exactly did Pop die?
26th of last month.
Shoot, that was the second to the last day of my event. I was very occupied during that period. That's why I missed your calls. You should have postponed the funeral to when I would be available.
It has always been Pop-Pop's wish to be laid to rest on his birthday. There was nothing I could do. The video will be ready next week. It also contains some of his last moments at the hospital. I'll send you a copy.
Why would you do that? Why would I want to do that? I can't upload it online because I'm not in any of the footage. I have to go now.
Wait, honey. Are you still thinking about college? The funds your dad and I saved for your college tuition are sitting in the bank, losing value by the day. I know you think I'm old-fashioned, but don't you think it's better to have something to fall back on if things don't go as planned tomorrow?
Mom, this topic is not up for discussion. Mom, thank you for saving up to send me to college, but I no longer want to further my education. I have found true happiness.
You always wanted to be a doctor to save lives.
Mom, I'm saving lives with what I do. I have 6 million followers for a reason. Nothing would go wrong tomorrow or any day. My followers love me, I give them hope. I make a lot of money now, and I don't have to go to school to do a 9-to-5 job. The purpose of going to school is to make money, and I'm already doing it. I have to prepare for my live stream coming up in 15 minutes. I'd love it if you joined in to watch me live.
Tell us about your viral 2 a.m. live stream from 2 months ago, Annabelle. What motivated you to stay up so late to live stream? Being the second most watched live stream in the history of IG, we really would love to know.
As expected, the receptionist from the hotel took advantage of the situation for clout. He did not waste any time in going online to establish me as a damsel in distress and himself as my knight in shining armor. Some of my followers even assumed we were a couple, so I needed to clear the air by explaining what really happened. In a moment of victory, I poured myself some red wine. However, my celebration was short-lived when I received a text that sent shivers down my spine. It was a familiar one. I had dealt with it in the past and thought it was over. However, I realized it wasn't and, if anything, it was bigger and stronger. I decided to tell someone, and called none other than my childhood friend, Adrian, to hear what he had to say.
We'll take a short commercial break before we get to the part most people are interested in.
Daddy is home.
Who's Daddy?
Me.
Shut up and come in.
Do you watch action movies now?
Are you okay?
Adrian, he's back.
Who's back?
Jamar.
What does he want? Didn't you pay him the other time?
I did. Now he wants even more. I don't even have that much in my account. I don't know why people assume influencers have money sitting around. I'll have to go borrow some money.
Don't give him any more.
What? You don't understand what's at stake here.
I understand everything. Your reputation is at stake. But so is your freedom.
So what should I do?
That guy would keep wanting more. He would keep coming back. Let him leak the stupid tape. If he leaks the tape, he'd have nothing on you anymore.
Geez.
The internet would go crazy over it, but soon it would be over. You'll make an apology video, and that's it. Celebs do it all the time. It might even end up bringing you even more fame like we saw with Kim.
I'm super scared.
Miss Annabelle, please tell us about your cancellation.
I did as Adrian said and told Jamar to do whatever he wanted with the tape. He followed through with his threat and posted the tape online. Just like Adrian speculated, the internet did go crazy about it. But unlike his other speculation, my apology video wasn't accepted. Even though Kim did make a fortune out of her scandal, mine was different because I was already an influencer. People literally pray for controversies to occur so they can roast us alive, and for whatever reason, I uttered some racial slur for 2 seconds straight in an already scandalous video. This triggered a certain audience. Hundreds upon hundreds of hate comments started rolling in. There were even some death threats. What's more, within 72 hours, I lost 2 million followers as well as 70% of my brand deals and sponsorships. My so-called friends did not want to have anything to do with me. Poor Adrian felt awful for making me decide not to pay the guy that threatened to blackmail me. But he was right about one thing though, I got my freedom. Besides, there wouldn't have been any blackmail if I wasn't so stupid at 17. I had not created my account then. Making such tapes was the rave then, and I decided to follow the crowd to fit in, which eventually led to my demise. I missed my mum. A lot. She always had comforting things to say in difficult moments, so I swallowed my pride and decided to call Mom, but she called me first. Her reaction was priceless. Although she persisted with pressuring me to attend college. I hate to say this, but Josh was right. Some things can make us happy, but they will never be able to replace family.
That's all for today. Thank you, Annabelle, for sharing your story and inspiring others. The book by Ms. Annabelle will be linked below. Remember to like and subscribe to Toriva Story Animated to see more videos like this.